So the Slug Bee is like alright. It's the Slug Bee is an interesting ship because if I lose with this, it's almost certainly my fault. It's not a ship where like you lose for like the ship being bad very often. Because we got a missile launcher, we've got a heal bomb and boarding. The thing is, we also have doors too, so we're very well defended against enemy boarding. We have a nice ship layout. It's pretty easy to vent. We have 3 slugs, and slugs are great crew. The thing is, we have no med bay or clone bay, so that's like sort of the big struggle that we have to work our way out of. We also have no non-consumable weapon. I guess our slugs are our non-consumable weapon, I should say. So the only way that we win fights without using up missiles is by slapping things with, what does slugs attack with? Just like, their heads, I guess? Just slapping them with their heads. You just failed the flagship by 3 hit points on the last round. I'm sorry, 2 sec. Yeah, Smurf, how you doing? Now that we are here for Monka-ass Anonymous, is that what we're here for? I don't think the Slug She is a bad ship. Slug B, rather, is a bad ship at all, Findle. I think this ship's quite nice. This is a ship that gives you the tools to succeed, and then you don't use them very well, and you lose. That's been my general experience with this ship. We want to defend our Artemis missile, probably hit this right here. Alright. The only huge danger against this automated scout was that I would miss a lot and use a ton of missiles to kill it. Obviously, we don't get to board that. The ship breaks apart and you quickly salvage what you can. The outpost tails you after the scout was destroyed. Got ourselves some double rewards. I think with any boarding ship, you're going to be pretty heavily incentivized to grab shields 2 in Sector 1. The only... I guess the only counterpoint is this ship could really use a medbay or clone bay. But you actually have enough stuff to sell if you hit a market that you're pretty much fine. This used to be a DOS stream. Yeah, well, I mean, you know, 25 years ago when that was the thing. But we've moved on. Filthy Robot's so addicted to Battle Brothers that, like, nobody ever gets to even talk to him. He just plays Battle Brothers and goes to sleep. So I'm sure that we'll play more Divinity Original, Sen, he and I. But anytime that I look at what he's up to like, ask if he wants to, maybe. He's just playing Battle Brothers. We will never surrender to the slavers. And we will board their ship. They have a Mantis. Should have probably dropped my shields against that beam. What the fuck? Shields weren't up yet. Interesting. Okay, I'm not gonna do anything fancy here. Not with that beam ruining my day. Yeah, that's an example of one of those situations where if we lose with the ship, it's our fault. I micromanaged that absolutely abysmally. All I had to do to be completely fine was drop my shields when the ion came in so that they didn't bring my shields down for the pike beam. And I failed to do that not once, but twice. Do we have an explosive replicator? I don't believe any ship starts with the explosive replicator. It does seem like it would be a useful thing, doesn't it? But no, I don't believe we do. I'm going to save my heal bomb, and we'll send a Robo Jumper in with 81 health next fight. Should be fine with appropriate microing. Sitting on 20 scrap, nothing much to do with that. Now I got 3 humans. This fight's completely dependent on what the drone is. They definitely can't kill me with just a beam. Like just boarding weapons. It's not a relevant drone at all. Boarding weapons. Double beam drone. Let's pull that pilot. Go. Alright. It's a win. Just use another heal bomb after this to heal, I think. A little bit scary. I wanted to... So what happens is when you're moving back and forth between rooms, the AI doesn't always use the same guy to control your border. And so that's why I'm pulling the pilot. As I move to like this room, the AI is like, oh, I need 2 guys to defend the oxygen. So it like picks 2 guys and it will pick the pilot. If it's time to pick the pilot. And so we're able to pull the pilot out, stop the ship from charging up to leave. And since I felt like the only dangers there were the ship leaving or me microing the slugs poorly, doing that seemed like the thing to do. Can heal bombs miss? Yes, but as long as we pull the pilot, the ship doesn't have evasion until like sector 2 or 3. They start getting level 2 piloting and may have a little bit of evasion. That's the point at which this becomes much more dangerous, for sure. Hey, Gunfluster, how you doing today? It's a bit of a scary ship, but I don't know. It's well set up to grow into a big, strong ship. You guys have a missile launcher, so we're just gonna go straight on board. Zoltan NG, one of them's coming to me. Alright, I'll allow that. Let's get in shields so they have no evasion and shoot a missile at their weapons. We don't have to worry about those anymore. Stuck the 1 missile hit. Wasn't so bad at all. Oh, whoops. I needed to power engines there. Although probably irrelevant, because I probably didn't have a pilot when the missile went off, huh? Maybe I did? I don't know. I think you can miss your own ship with a heal bomb. That's why you'll always see me pull the pilot before I try to heal bomb my own ship. Because that would just, like, that would just be embarrassing. That's not... There's no way around that. That would just be really awkward. Seems like these slugs have arms. Hey, Gophers. I'm doing okay. Hey, Patchkill. Hey, Steve. Chat. Fuck the Yankees. Not really my type. Been doing well, made it so you can't go to their stadium for your college football game with the marching band. Ooh, what do you play in the band? Did I ask you this already? Might have had this conversation already. Deja vu is happening to me. Let's grab one reactor bar. Deja vu is happening to me again. No clone bay, so we really can't risk this. Losing a crew would be very bad at the moment, shall we say, on this boarding ship with 3 crew, none of which are good at melee combat. This is a situation where we want full evasion and double shields. Interesting. Ooh, it's gonna be a bit of a slugfest too. Hey Celissa, how you doing today? Do I like nebula jumps or regular jumps if given the option? I don't know yet, McCorp. I haven't worked that out yet. I'm still trying to... I think they're relatively close. They're fairly well balanced together. I think nebula jumps are more dangerous in most sectors. Like, you can get some really nasty nebula fights. But in terms of rewards, I think they're fairly well balanced. Petrikill plays the alto sax and marching band. I'm sure that we had this conversation and then I forgot. I'm sorry. I didn't see that pun until after I'd said it. This is why I'm so disgusted right now. I've like, I don't know. That's just not how it should go. So they have a 3 crew and a med bay. The mantis is really gross too. We have to board with everybody. I think we have to weapons their weapons first. They also only have rooms for 2, so we're gonna have to micro to get the 3rd guy in the heal bomb. It's gonna be a bit of a nightmare here. I have to cut oxygen. And oh my god, if they just hit my weapons, I lose with their missile. Okay, what if we wait to board until we've taken their weapons down? But this is 2 power, right? I think that requires multiple missiles to do. What if we run? Fuck. Okay, if they hit my weapons, I teleport out. That's fine. So they just have to not hit my weapons and my teleporter. This is pretty nice. I'll let them have a pilot for that. They did hit my weapons. No, other one. Fuck. My crew teleporter is now down. Okay, that one didn't hit weapons. Their med base down. I think... Oh my god, I think we're alright. Slug B. There are no more life signs remaining on the ship. You strip it of useful materials. With the teleporter damaged, no way to fix it. You take one of the enemy shuttles to return to your own ship. Alright, let's see what's going on here, huh? Should turn the oxygen back on, probably. Fortunately, it was only a 1 damage missile, so the fact that it hit weapons did not take my Artemis offline to kill their medbay, or else I think I would have lost the run if it were a 2 damage missile. Claes recommends driving the sweet mantis ship away instead of ours. Yeah. I mean, you know. Okay, so we have a market to save up for. I would like some easier fights than that one, please. That's not easier. As long as the flak doesn't like hit my weapons twice somehow. What the fuck? I don't understand how that just happened. Hey, they have a clone bay. Didn't actually notice that. Okay, we can still win the fight. I have a mantis piloting. Man, that was pretty bad. Alright, so, yeah. Cool. Fuck. Thanks for the 2 bits, Fracking Biscuit. I did not think that, like, I don't know if that mantis was weapons trained, maybe? That guy just wrecked my shit. Oh, it's gonna be one of those runs, I guess. This happens a lot on the, like, weirder boarding ships to me. I'll, like, just lose a crew in Sector 1 somewhere, lose another crew, like, Sector 3, and then I'm just struggling uphill the entire way. It's tough to come back from. I have to install RoboJumper's latest FTL mod. What's the latest FTL mod? RoboJumper. On a scale of 1 to 10, how fucked up was that? I mean, it was just me fucking up. It wasn't. It was just me being bad. That's all it really was. Unfortunately. Oh, I shouldn't have done that, because if there's a clone bay here, I'm 1000% buying it. Maybe a rock border. Ooh, now we're talking. It's a halberd beam, a heavy laser 2, and a hull laser. None of those are really relevant at the moment. Definitely buying a clone bay. Now I have to decide. We sell the heal bomb for 10 hull points, probably. Do we sell the missile launcher for a rock crew? No. Did I go a human crew? No. Fuck. Fuck. I think we have to stay with 2 slugs, unfortunately. Why did I even buy a clone bay then? I don't know. Gonna take some damage probably, so let's repair the hull. Alright. Sector 1 is done. It was requested by Smurf and makes Mantis walk sideways like a crab. Oh, okay. Fuck me. We can't go to Zoltan-controlled space. We just don't have an answer to Zoltan Shield, so I guess we're heading into an uncharted nebula. Yeah, Fire Halkite. How's it going, JC? Slug stream indeed. A lot of jumps in this here nebula. This is probably just slapping. Could train if we wanted. Sawbell Corp! Hey! Nakamusho to you as well. Much appreciate the support. So we had to choose whether we want to, like, use missiles or not. If we were to use missiles, we could... Ooh, what if just Contender took it down? That might take a while. Let's see how long that takes. I'm not sure that he can even kill this by himself before he suffocates. He can. Alright! So, Contender, welcome to your new hell. That's what you're gonna do every time that you respawn. Until this ship is dead. Another 8 times. If anybody wants to chat at all, now would be a great time to do it. GT cannot save you awful. How's it going? I feel like we haven't talked in years. Crab walking mantises. Fiddler. Alright, I now have this mod. It's up to you guys to inspire me to actually install it, though. Because I haven't done that yet. I know how to install it. Don't worry about that. I'm glad you're enjoying the show, Aldcorp. Ooh, Modo people. The thing about GT can't save you awful is that, like, your username has you pegged as, like, a 16-year-old. So, I don't know, do you age in reality? I don't know. It's like how, my name has me pegged as a nebulous and impossible to understand person, which is, you know, pretty down pat for my entire life so far. What slugs are there in Magic the Gathering? Oh my god, there are so many of everything in Magic the Gathering. Caitlin is getting me beer tonight. This is so good. You guys want a drunk FTL stream tonight? Because we can do a drunk FTL stream. Especially if we're not on a win streak, we can do that. Are you allowed to, like, take a hiatus from the win streak because you're under the influence? I don't know if that's allowed in this game. In this category. You were ahead of your time, only 14 when you made your username. Incredible. Drunk pub go with Nick and Beegs. That could be fun. I don't know, do you think they enjoy playing drunk PUBG with me? Because, like, they're typically sober. I don't know if they like that. Ripple says I have to install it right now and holds a gun to Beagle Rush's head. I like Beagle. Gunfluster, this is Sector 2, in fact. This is the first jump of Sector 2. This is now officially a Sector 2 stream. I wonder how our piloting training is going. We're up to 11 out of 15. Alright. Not Lynx is on the way. He's in the mail. Thanks for that follow, Mr. Antek. They both win squads as solos, so having me to hold them back won't hurt. I feel like I can actively be a detriment, though. Like, if I'm giving our position away and stuff like that. Or taking a good position that they could use. Or taking loot that they could use. I'm not 1000% sure that I'm helping when added to that team. Is acidic slime a slug? Did we get there yet? We're still at 11 out of 15. Oh my god. Lynx, come on, I believe in you. You know, we should actually have our engines full. That would help. Now we're at 15% evade instead of 10%. This will be so much faster to train them up now. And we can just flex oxygen for the clone bay. A lot of the more casual players wouldn't have seen that interaction. They would have probably just gone and made a sandwich right now, honestly. Might be happier people than me. Thanks for the follow, RoboJumper. Pretty hyped for a solo slug run. We'll see, Zygon. I used to have 3. Definitely don't anymore. Ooh, we're almost there. How exciting can I make this? This is how we have to measure me as an entertainer. Here in the entertainment biz, this is called filling dead air. First slug was Legends. I feel like Legends was before I was alive. Magic the Gathering has been a game for such a long time. What games have there been that have, like, received support for as long as Magic the Gathering has? Has Warhammer 40k been out that long? I got 14 scrap for that, by the way, so feeling great about my use of time. Warhammer 40k. Wikipedia. 1987. Yes, it has. I guess Warhammer Fantasy has been out longer, right? But I don't know. It's not really supported anymore. I don't know what's happening with that. D&D? Yeah, D&D for sure. Welcome to the stream, RoboJumper. I hope you're enjoying the show. Alright, I'll install your mod. Just a sec. I have to remember how to do this. Thanks for the follow, Beast. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're enjoying the show. Is that okay? Did I do okay? I don't remember where I put the modding tool, unfortunately. So that's like the problem. Resources? No. Where would I put it? Mods? FTL mods. This isn't called the mod manager, it's called the mod man. Cause he's super cool. I now have 4 mods on. Alright, let's see how this goes. We have a market in sort of an awkward place. We can never get back to that. And that's potentially our only market this entire sector. Not great. I could go there and grab 7 hull points. I'm gonna go there and grab 7 hull points. We are definitely in a situation where we expect to take some hull damage as we navigate through the world here. And if I'm fairly likely to not be seeing a store again until sometime in next sector. Yeah, that seems important. There might be one here or here, and there might be one there. Okay, I have a clone bay now, and these guys don't have a med bay, so this stops being quite as frightening. Holy shit, that was a good missile. Oh my god, oh wow. Oh, that has made me very excited. Holy, wow. Ooh, you can just do that? That would have made this game so much easier. An anti-combat drone. Okay. So apparently you can just blow up their weapons and all of their crew with one attack. This is my new strategy. I need a reactor bar? Pretty bad. I think we have to space our slugs too, unfortunately. I spent so long getting that piloting experience. Oh my god, that was so much work. Oh, goodbye. Why is Comcast such a flaming pile of garbage? I don't know. I feel like it's a combination of there being not that much competition, them having a model which just doesn't scale all that well with increased internet use, and yeah, no, those are the only 2 things. I feel like because Comcast runs internet in ways which like share a connection between a region, and then they sell you like a certain speed. But if everyone in the region uses that speed at the same time, their internet's gonna be fucked. Like they can't actually support it. And so the more the internet gets used, the more Comcast is like going to be failing to provide what they said they were going to provide. These guys want to upgrade my piloting for 14 scrap. I'm gonna take that. Piloting is actually pretty good in the nebula here. There are blue events for it. It also gives me the tiniest bit of autopiloting evasion if we ever leave the controls with our slug. Who knows why I'd do that. But just in case it happened. I'm going to run out of fuel. I thought about buying fuel at the market, and I was like, no, it'll be fine. How can I possibly do 8 jumps and not get any fuel? I thought to myself, hey. So I can buy 1 fuel from there. Well, I might be dead. She's... The ship's not really taking off. Alright, we do have an anti-combat drone we can sell. Hey, Zari, how you doing? Good store, I guess. Yes. Alright, so we got our fuel situation sorted by that random event. Thank you, random event. You have been the only thing basically that's happened for the entire sector, and I appreciate that. Use the teleporter to lock onto... Oh my god, we're the best players in the world. Every one of... Oh, what the fuck did that... Oh, what? I assume RoboJumper spent at least 100 hours making this mod. Alright, my mantis are now drunk. You're adopting a kitten this weekend, so you're feeling awesome. That's so cool. Is it your first cat? I love having cats. I'm doing well. Doing well myself. Doing a lot better now that I have a slug to board with, not gonna lie. That really changes the run a little bit. Okay, we got double beams. We can do this however we want. I'm gonna protect the slug's experience and just use the mantis to kill their piloting over and over again. He wasted some time before you inquired if he could just swap the four orientations of the mantis image map. It does look a lot like that's what he did. It does look a lot like that. It looks a lot like my crab has become drunk. No! Please, no! Don't send me there again! No! It's like he's clawing to not go the way that I'm telling him to go. Poor guy. Poor guy. Your old cat lived a long, happy life. Now you're welcoming a gray tabby that turned up at your mother-in-law's house. It's really cool. Wonderful. It's been such a long time since I got a new pet. I'm happy with the pets I have. But yeah, it feels like a really long time since, like, because there's that extra excitement when you get a new pet, you know? Maybe I need to get a dog. How many cats do I have? I have 2 cats. I have one very friendly Russian gray. He's like 6, 7 years old. 6, I think. Something like that. And I've had him since he was like 6 weeks old. He just adores me. We get along really well. And then I have a tabby who we rescued from the gutter of a really busy road by our house apartment at the time. When she was like 8 weeks old, and she was not socialized at all. So she likes to hide in closets and hide places and run away from me whenever she sees me. It's a slightly less satisfying relationship, but I like her all the same. Yeah, essentially surreal. I was answering your question, I guess, but then you said hi to me after you asked it. So I said hi back after I answered it. Boom. Rats are fantastic pets, but they only live for a couple of years. I had hamsters a lot as like a young teenager. I went through several hamsters before just like giving up because they would not stay alive and it was sad. I think I gave up on like fish for the same reason. Like goldfish, like the fish that go in fish bowls, you know? Tried having those, but they wouldn't stay alive either. I'm probably just a bad pet owner. It's probably my fault. Hey, Death of Angels. How are you today? Russian gray, not British blue. Are they like the same thing? I don't know. I don't know what a British blue is. Wait, a Russian blue. No, it's a Russian blue. I said the wrong thing. I don't know. He'll come sit on my lap and I can show you sometime. Did I get presents? Ooh. Please stop playing boarding ships that can't hurt AI ships. I know, Rudeful. I know. I would be down with that. That sounds like an okay solution to this problem to me. These guys aren't even like shooting one laser at me, so I'm not even training my pilot anymore. It's just like I'm saving 5 missiles. And missiles are actually, like, all of my weapons use missiles, so that's actually sort of a big deal. Yeah. Doing well, Death of Angels. Doing quite well. We are not going to make it to the flagship before I have to go to D&D. Like, on any reasonable run, I could have, but after spending 20 minutes killing 2 unpiloted drones, that is no longer a realistic thing to aim for. Invest a missile to save 5 minutes. I don't think it's 5 minutes. Let's time it. Let's time it. How do I time it? Count up. Start. Alright, well I micromanaged that slightly poorly. We could have saved a couple of seconds there, I think. It's only like a 45-second cycle. It's nothing. It's nothing. Think about, like, I couldn't have even run a mile in that time. I could not have even... what are useful things that humans do? I can't even remember what they are. I could only have cleaned half of an entire room of this house in the time it's taken us to do this. I could have only called and caught up with 3 relatives whom I love. Only 3. It's not even that big a deal. I have a large family. Is D&D going to be streamed? No, I'm not going to bother trying to do that. The problem is there are like technical things that have to be worked out for it to be streamed, and it's sort of fun to have time off stream, just hang out with people anyway. It's a social thing for me. Is there like a face cam thing? Oh, there it is. Now I like do the corny, like, you know what I'm saying? The completely artificial reaction because I'm an entertainer. All right. I'm gonna pike beam. Now I can destroy the shield generator and actually deal damage. Yeah, I can. This ship has legs all of a sudden. Big legs. Unlike its crew. Zoltan homeworlds or NG controlled? This is the least interested I have ever been in Zoltan homeworlds, I think. Can't really deal with Zoltan shields. I mean, the pike beam is sort of a solution, but really no. And yeah, I think we just go NG controlled. Simple enough. All right, cool. We can take this off the screen now. That was a lot of face. There's a lot of face. Is it too much face? You can't control me. I do what I want. Burst laser 2, heavy laser. They're going to send a border at me. I think I actually want to stop them from doing that, probably. Maybe board on their engines. Move to shields for a missile to hit their med bay. We're going to take a little bit of damage. A bit of damage. Oh, they still sent a guy. That's the teleporter now. What the fuck? They have autopiloting? It's pretty bad. Love the way that the Mantis slid in there, by the way. Okay, that's the win. No more life signs remaining on the ship. You strip it of useful materials. We took a little bit of damage. Slightly more than I was expecting to. Whoa, that's on fire. Is this on fire too? I think doors 2 probably protected our engines from being set on fire. This is your favorite snail ship, Falkland. You have no idea what description this video will have come this time Sunday, but you imagine it will be something that you have to change before it goes public. Okay. If my channel gets banned and it's your fault, I'll just say that it's your fault. That's probably fine, right? I'm pretty sure I'm just allowed to say it's somebody else's fault. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that solves itself, basically. Get these guys cloned. Am I a ginger? I have a somewhat red beard. But the hair on my head is... I mean, I like to say it's brown. It's getting some gray in there every now and then. Why can't I just repair the ship's medbay and use it before I jump away? Just not that smart. Just nobody had ever thought of that until you brought it up. I don't know if we're gonna like institute that now or what exactly. Does seem like a good idea. It does really seem like a good idea. I think you're onto something. All right. I'll buy 6 fuel for 12 scrap. Probably have to start worrying about fuel again in a few sectors. We don't have long-range scanners. Long-range scanners gets you a lot of fuel because you get a lot of fights, and the fights give fuel as rewards. Some of the fights give fuel as rewards. It's a nice jump. NG-controlled sectors have a few empty beacons. They also have quite a lot of free items. Okay, we have a fight by a pulsar. So we're going to want to missile their weapons, probably. They only have a mini beam. They don't have any medbay stuff either. Wow, they're not even gonna, like, come? Alright, they're just gonna die. Gross miss. It occurs to me at this time that if one of my guys dies, the pulsar can take the clone bay offline. So it was a good fight. We managed to kill 3 without losing one of our own, with no help, just with a little bit of micromanaging and the fact that the mantis deals extra damage. We cannot clone our guys. The next fight might be weird if we jump straight into a fight. I think we're going to a store though. Yeah. We could have gone there first, but we'll go to a store so we can clone our guys. How old am I? I'm like 75. Thank you, RoboJumper, for the birthday wishes. In Germany, we call that color Street Dog Blonde. Ooh. Why does the game sound so low? It should be the same as usual. Does it sound a lot quieter than you're used to? Oh, this is lower than usual. I didn't change that. It's definitely lower than usual. I definitely didn't change that. I don't know why that happened. I'm sorry. This sounds better. Maybe sound a little too high? I don't know. Oh well. Fortunately, you guys like my voice, right? Beagle's 27, I think it says on his Twitch profile. Yeah, I've been alive since the fall of Rome. I was basically the person who caused that. As a wizard, I've just sort of wandered the world for many, many hundreds of years. So there's a flak 1 in this store, which means we could go into flak pike beam. Some mind control, a drone control. Let's get rid of this combat drone. That's just not a thing. Could buy like a flak 1 and an ion blast, maybe. I'm not very good at stripping their shields right now. So if I buy the flak 1, I don't actually have much backup. Like, the pike beam isn't actually that useful with... I don't know. I'm not sure that the flak 1's a good buy here. This is just the regular game. Tristan. Heard it both ways. I don't think I want to buy flak. There's going to be another store. The things we want a lot are like hacking and cloaking. I mean, flak would be okay, but I'm not like ready for it right now. I'm just gonna say no. Just say no. All right. Everything's so much louder now. Is it too loud? It'd be too loud. I don't know. It's unsettling me. Black 1 is always a good buy. It's always a good buy. It's not always the best buy. That's where this game gets tricky. We have a boarding team and a clone bay, so trying to make ourselves extremely good at shooting guns right now is sort of tangential to what we're doing. So follow Mac. I could spend a little extra effort and really try to get the store and have to dive, but Dive for a store? It's a scary dive. If there's cloaking there, I can buy cloaking, though. I feel like you gotta do it. So let's grab hacking. I need at least 2 more engines. We have a buffer point on piloting already, fortunately. I'm gonna sell the heal bomb at this point, I believe. Not that it's actually something that could be very useful in general. Yeah, maybe I can. I just want another reactor bar so that I can power... Oh, just turn off oxygen. No problem. Okay, just turn off oxygen. We got hacking out of that. I'm pretty alright with this. Let's move on. Is the pike not questionable? Well, we found the pike for free. So I could have sold it for 25 scrap there, but I'm holding on to it because it can definitely fit into a very strong late game loadout, which requires far less to put together than the flak one does, in my opinion. That's my thought there. That's interesting. Good miss. Game over? Please get out. That was a very nasty ASB. Alright, we're gonna have to go to Mantis Homeworlds because we're not hitting an abandoned sector here. We didn't want to go to Mantis Homeworlds. It's not a good jump for us. And we have borders. The ship doesn't have oxygen on it, does it? That part of the ship does, I guess. Well, there went all of my experience on my guys. My shields are gonna die anyway. Holy shit, they went for my clone bay. They just went straight to my clone bay. Fucking geniuses. Fortunately, we actually win this fight. It's a nasty dive. Wasn't yesterday triple pikes on this very ship? I don't think I've won with this one yet. Actually. Oh, it's breached. Alright, so this will be a while. We're still in good shape. We took a bit of hull damage on the dive, but it doesn't mean that we've lost. Doing fine. We got hacking, which doesn't do that much right this instant. We can like hack medbays and things and get clever in boarding situations, but overall it doesn't do like a huge amount. The main thing that hacking does is give us a lot of options for late game. Building a salvo is pretty reasonable now that we have hacking. And we already have one pike beam, so building a beam setup is very, very doable. I think the beam setup is the cheapest way that you can kill late game. Boarding is cheaper. It's the cheapest way with weapons that you can just absolutely murder late game, I think. Does the game track playtime per ship? I don't know. It tracks like your high scores with each ship. So I can see if I have any ships that I like haven't finished with 5 times because it tracks the top 5. But I don't know how much more it does than that. I agree that automated stats are really cool in games. This one has a few of those. I always want more as a player. Okay, it took a while to put our ship back together, but we made it. Let's check out this distress beacon. We're already running out of fuel again. I have to lead these guys to their destination. 4, 5, 6. Okay, we can do a loop. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pick up fuel at that market. Or maybe not if we keep getting nice events with fuel at them. Why is the Mantis moving so strangely? A fine question. Get out of my shields, please. Okay, our oxygen's on fire, that's on fire. See if we can get the shields repaired before we're in combat again. These jumps are a lot of fun to try to manage. Okay. Got our quest. We're gonna get ambushed. Please don't ambush me. Please don't kill me. Yes, give me riches. I like riches. Alright, hull repair plus some fuel from this store. Cloaking's here, fuck. Glaive beam. I could buy cloaking. I'd have to give up fucking everything now. No, we have to pick up cloaking later. I really want to buy a glaive beam though. Charge time 25 seconds, damage per room hit 3. We got an oh no in chat. I'm not guns. See, that's where you're wrong. Not guns yet. We're going to die because of that, aren't we? Alright. That was probably a poor decision, but I want to see what this late game feels like. And hey, maybe we'll make it to the late game and find out. I'm going to offer the Mantis in exchange for bounty, because there's much lower chance of hull damage. Curious. Do we stop being on fire? Oh my god. We've just had such mediocre luck with our jumps in this run. We found some nice free events, but we're also hitting like this sector can have 2 boarding events in it, and we have hit both of them. And we've done it in ways which give us 0 rewards and hull damage. So, yeah, I don't know. Could improve. Does someone put an intruder's welcome sticker on the ship? Yeah, possible. Also, like, we didn't even have to be in a Mantis sector here, except that we rolled, like, Zoltan-controlled versus Nebula for the first jump, and then Abandoned versus Mantis homeworlds for this one. It's been rough so far. The glaive beam was probably stretching too far. Probably killed us. Alright. A fight where they can't hurt me. No, they can hurt me, actually. They have to get a little bit lucky to hurt me. Should be able to do this without using a missile. Refuel, 36 scrap, very nice. We are only in sector 3, right? This is sector 4. Fuck my life. All right. Oh. More jumps like that would be good, though. The crab walking mantis mod is indeed finished, Montebank. It's a nice market placement. So get a little fuel, a little hull repair. Or we can sell everything for another glaive. Yeah, unfortunately we can't buy that. Alright, that's fine. That's fine though. If only we were rich, we could have double glaive beam weapon pre-igniter. And that could just be the entire run for us. Okay. We're gonna have to pick up some money in the next sector. And grab cloaking, and then we just have to upgrade the ship from there. Going up against pirates. Nebula's good. I feel like we're so low on fuel that we can't really go Nebula jumps here right now. I'm good. A Vulcan. A Vulcan and a Pulsar. What the fuck does that even mean? We probably want to hack their weapons. Imagine. We should be able to beat them up pretty well when we board. We just have to work out how to hit their medbay with a missile. Or we can hack their medbay. It's actually another option. But the missile's gonna hit us hard. They have a rock, so the rock's gonna come to answer our boarding when we board in weapons probably. And he's gonna take forever. Zoltan's gonna run to the medbay and NG's gonna pull. We're gonna run to shields, missile, their medbay, pull their pilot, and they shouldn't have evasion. And the Zoltan dies. I think that's how this lines up. We want to cut oxygen from our ship to hack their weapons. Oh, if we hacked their weapons, the Zoltan just couldn't get out. If we boarded weapons and hacked their weapons. That could be nice too. Now we have to like go backwards again. Let's just do something. That's gonna happen. This is gonna happen. Humans trapped. Rock's coming. Our weapons went down. It's gonna be random based on like what exactly goes down each time from here. Okay, that killed guys. Well, what is even happening at this point? Alright, somehow I don't really know. Somehow we have killed all of their crew and our guys are now slapping their weapons. Our oxygen doesn't exist anymore. Can the Zoltan actually do it? Oh fuck, we're in a pulsar. Oh shit. Okay, good dodge, good dodge, good dodge. Very good. Yes, alright, we got a mantis as well. Oh, we can't get out. Oh, dodged it again. Okay, that was so much fun. All right, let's go. Do we go? We can actually. At this point, it's okay to wait, but let's go anyway. I am so lucky. Yeah. No, you're right. I dodged it 3 times, right? How am I going to get through shields? I'm just gonna hack. I have hacking already, so shields are never an issue. Yes, it was very lucky that that was not the end of the run. Easily the best. I wonder what the chances are on that. I think it was hitting like 2 to 3 systems, and I have 7 systems. So we probably won weighted coin flips 3 times in a row. Easy game. Oh, we're dead. That's interesting. It's a lot of burst laser 2s. Well, okay. I was lucky. I think we just lost. I don't know if there's anything to be done about that, unfortunately. I still have their cloning bay up. Ooh, this is really nice. The Mantis can't work out how to attack the slugs. Nice hit. Breached as well. Okay, so we got their Mantis dead. Actually, I'll let this slug die, I guess. There's not very much oxygen on my ship right now. Funny. This is all the black plate. I demand the Mantis joins my crew and release the rest. Huh. Well, okay. So that was actually a good jump in the end, I guess. Buffer point in Clone Bay could have prevented that. Yeah, could have. It's okay. Like, we also could have just not run into a double burst laser 2 ship and had our clone bay be the first thing that got hit. Not sure that this is a ship that we have to plan to have, like, defenses against in the situation that we board and one of our guys dies. Like, it's just like, yeah, it's 35 scrap, which deals with a very specific situation that I don't think should be a high priority to deal with right now. The situation we're more interested in dealing with right now is the situation where we are flying through space on a vessel with no equipped weapons, 3 crew, and 2 shields, and have to somehow be able to kill the flagship. So we're mostly looking for spending money on stuff like cloaking. Very high impact things are what we want right now. We don't want to spend money on things which defend us against unlikely situations. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, something like that. Would like another store. Not sure there is another store in this one. Well, this will be a puzzle. That mind control's a bit of a bitch. Presumably we just lose, right? What a ship, wow. Hack mind control. Hack mind control. Board weapons. Missile clone bay. When we kill the Mantis. Yeah, we're gonna want to hit those. Did I miss again? On the bright side, we can almost leave. I'd really love for there to be some way to not leave, but yeah, okay. There's another market. Let's grab that. Wait, what? They look different in the store, too. What is this all about? I think I sell the glaive for double pike. Sell the glaive for cloaking, maybe? No. Man, I really wish we could buy cloaking right now. If we'd won that last fight, we could buy cloaking here. Could sell the, like, Artemis and something for cloaking and be set. Should have bought a Mantis Crew. Well, It's okay. Let's get to the next sector. So the glaive for the pike, use the missile until better options come about. I already have a pike. I think once I have 4 power, I'd rather have 1 glaive beam than 2 pike beams. I think. I'm pretty sure? I'm pretty sure that I'd rather have 1 glaive beam than 2 pike beams once I hit 4 power. So selling the glaive beam for the pike beam doesn't really do much for me. We have to get cloaking. That's like the really big thing right now. I'm gonna over repair. Actually gonna over repair all the way. We have to find some fights that we can win. This is a fight we can win. Hack weapons, I think. Mantis isn't in there. Curious. Fight got somewhat harder to win. Okay. Glad that I over repaired the hull. What did I do wrong, Type Spin? What did I do wrong? Okay, let's try to actually board with the Mantis this time. That would be an improvement, I think, over the last one. My body count is getting a little too high. At least these guys are still around to die, you know? That's definitely not guaranteed. This has cloaking at it, right? So if we got a lot of money from these 3 jumps, I could go 4, 5, and go back to it and buy cloaking. See how we do. Hey, that was a pretty bad time for them to hit my crew teleporter. Pesnista! Follow, welcome to the stream. Man. That's funny. Alright, I will demand the Mantis joins my crew. Yeah, you guys are all dead, unfortunately. I needed to be charging a missile. Charging a missile would have not protected me all the way, but would have protected me somewhat from that. Hey, Lynx is still alive. Wait, it's not Lynx. Not Lynx is still alive. It's just another market. Huh. But I can't buy cloaking right now. I think we go this distress beacon. Did that market have Mantis crew? I think it did. I'd like to formally protest. These guys don't seem to be under any distress at all. We're just gonna run from this. They don't deal damage that quickly, on the bright side. Also, sometimes they seem to like to go invisible, which definitely doesn't deal us damage. Oh my god, the clone bay is on fire again. Alright, so they really like attacking the clone bay. Noted. Let's check out this exit beacon. I'm gonna risk that. Interesting. Interesting. It was a reverse distress beacon. Yeah, it definitely was. Alright, we're gonna dive for cloaking. And hopefully this is like free stuff. If this were free stuff, that would be great. Not sure if free stuff. No. Overall, wouldn't call this free stuff. Can you hit them, asteroids? Thank you. Getting the fuck off my ship. My ship is lame. This pike could really hurt. It didn't. That's fortunate. Oh, I would have liked to hit that. Okay, I believe we are all right. Yep. Nice. Oh, the clone bay is dead. All right, Mantis, you're gonna have fun on this one by yourself, apparently. If you can repair the oxygen before you die. You can't repair the oxygen before you die, can you? GG. Oh, we were so fucking close. We were really close there. The saddest ending you have ever witnessed. We were one jump away from having cloaking, we had hacking, we had a pike beam and a glaive beam. We still had to work out how to get about 150 scrap to get it all working, but we were really close to building a ship there.